Chevelle, Vitamin R, Guitar Tabs, and Guitar Lesson. So I'm going to show this in, I guess what you would say is the most minimal tuning change possible from a standard. So, we would have our E, A, D, G, B, E. So just the minimal thing we need to do to be able to get, the bulk of this song. For the most part, we just want to take the low E and drop it down to a B. So you could check that tuning by just dropping it and then, match it with the second fret on the A here. All right. So we just want a low B. And like I said, we want to try to do the minimal tuning with this. So we just keep the A, D, G, B, E under it. So with this, most of it is, you can just do it all in standard except for this one little pre-chorus section and a couple little chords here and there. So for the intro, we're basically just switching from a B sus2 to like a B5. And to do that, we just do our basic 2 on the A here with the 4 on the D and G, 2 on a B. And with this, we kind of are doing this like shuffling strum, like give it 1, then maybe like 5, little hesitation, 4. All right, and then we switch to the next chord. So basically just lifting that 2B off to an open. Keep that same 2A, 4D, and G. So now it's just like a bunch of B's and F sharps here. So okay, we want that note there. So we're just changing the 2 on the B there. All right, and then once the verse gets going, we palm mute, and we're gonna do almost that same chord shape, but we're going to do from a B minor to our B sus2. So we're just making the B, where all we're doing is changing the B string again. So start with a 3 on the B, keep that 4, D, and G, and the 2 on the A. And like I said, we're palm muting it. Same type of strum. All right, and then after we go through the B to B sus2, all right, just that 2 on the B, all we did is go 3 to 2 on the B string here. All right, we go through that a couple times, and then we just want to get this G, basically. But we're going to keep that same 3 to 2 on the B. All right, so we'll just keep palm muting, strum it the same way, but now we have an open D and G, and we're just moving that 3B to a 2B. Okay, so we're just going between that twice, and that's basically the verse, those two little transitions. All right, from the B minor to B sus2, a couple times, G to this G add sharp 11 vibe a couple times. And now when we get to the pre-chorus, this is really where that whole dropping the E to B comes into effect, because we really want that low B. All right, so we're doing open low Bs here, and we're just alternate strumming that, and it's palm muted. And then from there, after doing that a couple times, we go to 3rd fret, so we get this D note. Back to the opens. And then 5s. Let's kind of split the measure here. We go 5s to the 3s. All right, E to D. All right, and now this is where it can be a bit of a challenge with this tuning. Because we want a power chord shape, and to get this power chord shape, we do this, where we'll hit the initial G power chord, so 8 on this low B, and then we want the 5s on the A and D under it. All right, and if that's too much of a stretch, you can just kind of mute the A, and then just hit the open D and G under it. It's pretty close to a power chord. All right, but I like to kind of just keep this shape, because then I just move it around. Okay, so it's like 1, 1, 2. Then we want this octave note, an A flat octave note. So I like to come up here to this 11A, 13 on the G, and just 1, bang, bang. All right, back to the 8s and the 5s. Slide that up to 10 and 7s on the A and D. Okay, for A power chord. And if you don't like that, you can just come off to a regular open A power chord. So you could go. All right, but you kind of missed the slide a bit, but okay, you could do that. Like I said, I just kind of like to keep the shape. I don't mind the stretch or anything with the pinky. So from there, we shift down to 5th fret on the low B and 2 on the A and D. And the same deal with that. After that, we come on up, hit our A flat octave notes at the 11 and 13. Back to the 5 and 2s. And then to this D power chord, which is just 3 on the low B, open A and D. Right. And after that, basically we just have the bridge, which we start at that D power chord, the 3 on the low B with the open A and D. All right. And this is kind of an interesting strum. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then a little subtle lift off to the open low B. And then to 5 and 2s, same deal there. All right, and then here we just bounce between B octaves. So we want the B power chord here, the 2A, 4 on the D and G. Hit that, and then hit a couple open low B palm muted. All right, and we just repeat that 4 times. All right, go through the 3 and opens, 5 and 2s, back to that again. So repeat it all twice. All right, and then we finish it by doing back at our 8 and 5s. Okay, that G power chord. Down to the 5 and 2s. And then the same chug B to low Bs.